I made a video showing this crank recently before I did some work on it, where the big end was very worn in this, lots of play, but I put this crank in the lathe between centres and spun it, and I didn't even have to use the clocks to take measurements because you could see the main shafts were running out by a couple of millimetres at least. So I've rebuilt the crank now, it's got a new big end in it, and I've just been checking it against the clocks, and at the very worst there may be perhaps 0.02 of an inch run out there. I think that would probably be good enough to go racing on actually, so this isn't going to give anyone any trouble. Certainly a big improvement over what it looked like in the last video. So I'm going to take this out of this rig now, put the little locking screw in against that crank pin nut, and pack it up carefully in the box, ready to go home to its owner. The job's done. Always get a little bit of side to side play in a big end, there's absolutely nothing up and down. That's all sorted. In fact, I think that the big end may have failed. If we have a look, I've got it over here. I think this big end might have failed as a consequence of the main shafts being so badly out of line, because it was probably trying to throw the whole crank side to side as it spun inside the crankcases, and maybe it was putting sideways thrust and load on the conrod, and therefore the big end, because unusually this big end hasn't actually been breaking up in the same way that you see a lot of them, and it's certainly not through lubrication failure. I think it's just been twisted from side to side. There's been that much twisting load put on it, and it's actually just sort of broken up as a result of that, rather than normal sort of fatigue or lack of lubrication. But if that was the cause of it, it's fixed now, and this should be good for many more thousands of miles once again.